This year it was the 4th year of our open day. Mountain St John is a mares only stud, focusing on top mares in sport, breeding via embryo transfer. So every horse that you see in the programme today being ridden already has foals on the ground, and they also have offspring hopefully due for next year. We had some really special guests coming, so I wanted to see how involved they could be with the show. One of the first speakers is going to be Susanna Barrett, one of the judges for Rio this year.
The most important thing is that we see the trot in a clear 2-time rhythm, and we can see the engine is working really. She's pushing, taking weight on the hind legs, going a little more uphill.
So for me it's absolutely critical now that we start to develop the youngsters that we've bred for dressage and have them proven in the sports arena.
She is a mare that, as a rider, I really love. She is like a sponge. You teach her something and the next day she's got it.
So we're now working together both with Lucinda as our resident rider and Emile and Charlotte as our riders to really start to progress and bring horses out under saddle. So now we have Lucinda with Best of All.
And here in the canter we see a well-balanced canter in the 3-time beat again. And as a 6-year-old we want to see the flying changes, that they are established. That was really nice flying change.
She's quite compact and she finds everything so easy and is really enthusiastic about work. Last year she was novice restricted champion at the summer championships with me.
That is really a nice horse for the future here.
We've had really nice results with the young horses already this year. We have 12 qualified for the semi-finals. I think there's 8 now qualified directly to the regionals and the national finals, from novice all the way through to Inch 2. The focus then of the foals is that we sell all of the colts and we keep a few of the fillies back from each year that will develop the breeding programme for the future. I'm going to invite Lona Berg Henriksen, the owner of Furstenbull, to talk a little bit about the next couple of foals.
I really like the way this foal are moving from behind and uphill in the front. This one is just perfect, really nice neck. There's a lot of power and muscles from behind, so she can, for the future, be a big mover and take weight behind. I think it's a beautiful head, and I also like that she's so quick. I like the energy.
Yeah, lots of energy. I'm going to introduce a couple of the new mares that we have. Donna Lady took me a long time to get. She's Donna Landadel mare.
In Holland we are very well aware that what Emma is doing here. Emma is putting a lot of emphasis on dam lines. We breeders are often very much focused on the stallions, but in the future with new techniques like ICSI, for example, dams can have more influence and bring more foals, and then it's very important to put emphasis on dam lines.
This is Vendela, and she is best known as being the mother of Capuson Jr., who is the future ride for Laura Bechtelsteimer. She's expecting a totalist next year, and we're also working on getting a farrow. This is Rasia. She's the mother of Dream Boy. At this point I'm going to invite Inga Verkel from the Oldenburg Verband, who's going to talk about Delara, and we've got 2 embryo foals from her 2 colts that will be coming next.
What we are looking for in a foal is first of all good development, correct conformation, especially in the legs. We like to have foals which are uphill with a nice neck and a strong top line, and obviously very good movements.
This is a very well developed colt with a really nice neck, a really good hindquarters and a nice sloping shoulder. Amazing, really good. So he's always uphill, very good from behind, lots of shoulder freedom.
I think Emma's concept to always sell the colts and keep the mares is very clear. It's very hard if you want to breed elite horses to also sell horses, because clients always would think, okay, she keeps the best for herself and she only sells the ones which are not good enough. But if you always consequently sell all your colts, then obviously there will be some very good ones as well.
I was super happy to be able to present the Furstenbull colt from Vallegro's full sister today from Vidafleur. We were very lucky to lease her for breeding last year from Claire Hester. He's even better than I could have possibly imagined.
Yeah, very exciting pedigree, very long-legged and typical for Furstenball, a really nice type. They're always very elegant.
This is Mount St John VIP, and she is the half-sister to Furstenball. Charlotte's been training her for around a year.
She is another really top mare. This year she's had like 80+% scores.
Charlotte started riding for us now only 2 years ago. It's amazing to have somebody with that talent riding for our stables and horses that we've bred.
When I'm thinking of the future towards a Grand Prix, I really want to be able to have the feeling that I can shorten and then I can lengthen, because obviously the horses have to sit for all the collected work, but then they also have to be able to push for all the lengthenings. So when it comes to doing the piaffe and the pirouettes and the extensions and the passage, she gives me great hope in those. So last year we had a really good year with the horses. I had Mount St John Freestyle. She actually was medium open national champion. She was also the 6-year-old young horse champion. She won everything she did. She's now 7. And she's already had 2 80s and 81% at advanced medium level.
Diva Dannebrog last year was presented with her foal at foot. Charlotte Desjardins bought that finest colt, finest sour. Since Christmas then she started on the saddle again, and now she's qualified for the regional finals from just 2 shows. And so we have 2 foals here today from her. Here we have Mount St John Forever. So she's a 4-year-old mare, a Franciscus Landstreicher. We're sorry that Ryan, who normally rides her for us, is at the U25 Championships in Hagen. And now we have coming Emile riding De La Butte. De La Butte we bought as a 4-year-old after she'd been Vice Bundes champion. Emile took over the ride when she was 6 to develop her training further. She's scoring always over 70% in the Prix St George and the Inter One. She really has outstanding rideability and top character. That to me is really important and what we're looking to breed from. She already has offspring, including some sold to America. Last but not least, we'll move on to the Déjà Vu family. She's the foundation of our whole breeding program. She's an unbelievable mare in terms of what she's achieved in her own right. She was the Bundes champion herself when she was 3. As a 5-year-old, she was bronze medalist at the Young Horse World Championship. This year it was really interesting to see her first colt. So far we had 9 fillies.
Very striking colt we have here, and it gives you the impression that it has a lot of power and potential to be a future dressage horse.
Next we have Fascinate. Fascinate is a 4-year-old from Deja. She's done 2 shows so far, both of them she's won. And now we have coming the Dream Boy filly. This is in fact a Governor filly, and she's out of the full sister to Fascinate.
Always engaged from behind, always uphill, really nice front leg, without any tension, so just how it should be.
So this is another granddaughter from our breeding program. She's in fact the first granddaughter we've bred out of Deja. And here we have a Danone colt out of the mare that we just saw. So he's our first great grandson from Deja Vu.
Power is the right word for this foal, really pushing off the ground. This would be definitely a foal we would like to sell on our auction. This is really the quality what we're looking for. And the nice thing what we've seen in the whole dam line so far, all the foals have a good hind leg. They're all trotting uphill.
This is Top Secret, 5-year-old totalist from Deja Vu. Top Secret's one of my absolute favourites. I love her. She's one of the first homebreds. Top Secret was the reserve national 4-year-old champion in 2015. This is now the foal from Top Secret.
This foal is just like, it doesn't want to touch the ground.
The last foal, it was a super foal. You always know when you see a good one because it gives you goosebumps, and she really did do that.
The last foal we saw today was just an absolute charmer and a stunningly beautiful foal. And to see the grandmother, the mother and the actual foal and how it's all developed is fascinating.
I'm really happy with the foals this year. I think overall as the crop they're definitely an improvement on what we've had in the past, and that's what I always aim to achieve. And now it's really nice to see the sports side coming through and the successes we've had in all the range of classes from the 4-year-olds right through to the Inter 2 in the Grand Prix.